few weeks ago, news programs everywhere were encouraging us to go outside and look up at the night sky to see a spectacular event, the conjunction of the planets Saturn and Jupiter, something that happens very rarely. News programs were queuing up to book astronomers to explain what we could see in the night sky. Two massive planets that, although are hundreds of millions of miles apart from each other, appear right next to each other in the night sky and seem exceedingly bright. Some people have suggested that that's what was seen in the night sky when Jesus was born. That's what the Magi followed, a conjunction of planets. Others have suggested that it might have been a comet or a supernova or some other great astronomical event. Others again insist, no, it was a miracle. Personally, I don't see that the two things are mutually exclusive. I think there are many wonders in the night sky upon which God's hand rests. People have been looking to the night sky for direction for thousands of years, probably much longer than that. They've been following the North Star to give them direction, and others have made a great science of plotting the stars in the sky so that they can find their way with great accuracy. The difference between most of these celestial navigators and the Magi in today's gospel is that most people who use the stars to find their way already have an idea of where it is they want to go. They choose their destination and use the stars to plan their route, to plan their way, to find their way to it. The Magi, on the other hand, well, they didn't have a destination in mind, not according to the tradition, to the legends that surround them. Not a physical destination anyway. Their destination was an event, and they didn't know where that was to take place. They allowed the star to provide not just direction, but also the destination to which they were being directed. After Jesus had been born at Bethlehem in Judea, during the reign of King Herod, some wise men came to Jerusalem from the east. "Where is the infant King of the Jews?" they asked. "We saw his star as it rose and have come to do him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was perturbed, and so was the whole of Jerusalem. He called together all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, and he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. "At Bethlehem in Judea," they told him, "for this is what the prophet wrote. And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, you are by no means least among the leaders of Judah, for out of you will come a leader who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod summoned the wise men to see him privately. He asked them the exact date on which the star had appeared and sent them on to Bethlehem. "Go and find out all about the child," he said, "and when you have found him, let me know, so that I too may go and do him homage." Having listened to what the king had to say, they set out, and there in front of them was the star they had seen rising. It went forward and halted over the place where the child was. The sight of the star filled them with delight, and going into the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and falling to their knees, they did him homage. Then, opening their treasures, they offered him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. But they were warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, and returned to their own country by a different way. Whether you use the stars, or traditional map and compass, or GPS and sat-nav, we usually have an idea of where we're heading before we set off on a journey, and allow these other things to get us there safely. But the Magi didn't. The Magi trusted in the star, or at least they trusted in the one who gave the star to provide them with directions to the event that they were seeking. And in a way, that's what we're invited to do as well. Not to choose our own destination in life, but to allow the star to guide us. And for us, the star is Jesus, revealed as the Saviour of the world today as we celebrate the Epiphany, the Saviour of all people, of all those who would follow his direction, his example, his teaching. Doesn't mean we can't be a plumber or a teacher or a nurse or a dancer or a singer. It's not that kind of destination. Just as the Magi weren't looking for a physical destination. It's about not losing sight of the star in whatever path we take through life. In allowing the star, the Son of God, to guide us, not in where we go, but in how we go there.